Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Boyd B. McNiel. I would like to ask you to let me count the ways in which we have all been deceived. This presentation was originally made for the general public, but then I realized it needs to be seen by you, movie producers, film directors, and television executives. I hope that once you've had an opportunity to see and understand the important magnitude of what I intend to share with you, one or more of you will recognize its potential to reach millions of viewers worldwide. Every year, the television industry continues to produce the same types of shows about murder, drugs, crime, romance, comedy, etc. This documentary-style series will bring something entirely different. It will reveal the truth that has been hidden in plain sight. Every year, billions of people worldwide go to colleges, universities, and seminaries to discover the things that they believe they need to learn. They also attend their various worship services each week, expecting their preachers to reveal a minute sliver of truth that they have been searching for. However, 2 Timothy 3:7 tells us that they are always learning but never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. When I was about 25 years old, I read the scriptures, and several verses of scripture stood out to me. Matthew 24:24 indicates that the whole world would be deceived except for the elect. Matthew 7:13 through 14 tells us there is a narrow gate and few will find that narrow gate. Jeremiah 16:19 says, surely our ancestors have inherited lies. And finally, Jeremiah 8:8 tells us that the pen of the scribes is in vain. For over 26 years, I have been studying and searching to find out exactly what we have all been deceived about. As a result of my many years of extensive research, I have written and published 6 separate books in which I have documented nearly 400 individual worldwide deceptions that I have discovered. So now, let me ask each of you, have you ever felt like something was just off? Have you ever felt like could be something important that we have not been told about? The truths that I'm revealing aren't things you learned from your parents. They're not taught in any school. They are not spoken of from any of the pulpits. Yet they're central to every person on the earth's lives. There are primarily 2 separate kinds of knowledge. There is secular knowledge, and there is also religious knowledge. The 2 are separate. However, they often overlap and merge together. With your help, in the following months and even years, I intend to expose nearly 400 separate things that the entire world has all been deceived about. I want to present a completely new concept for a weekly documentary-style show with the potential for 26 to 30 episodes per year, which could last for up to 3 years or longer. In the pilot episode, I will be revealing the 3 greatest deceptions that the entire world has never even heard about before. All 3 of these things are specifically related to secular knowledge. The first greatest deception that the world has been deceived about is the alphabet. The first primary thing we are all taught in school is the alphabet. Would it surprise you to learn that there are over 7,000 languages in the world today, and every single one of those languages has its own specific alphabet? Now then, do you suppose that this is just an accident, or is it a coincidence? Or could it be possible that this is entirely intentional? Genesis 11:1 tells us that the whole world was of one language. I discovered that according to Wikipedia, it states that Eber, who was born 7 generations after Noah, Eber and his family refused to help build the Tower of Confusion, which is now called the Tower of Babel. Therefore, Eber and his family retained the original language. We get the Hebrew language from Eber. It is also not that hard to put together the fact that the first two letters of the Hebrew language are the Aleph and the Bet. That is where we get the alphabet, which every other language in the world uses. This means we need to understand the Hebrew language, or else we will be getting the wrong definition, and we will be drawing incorrect conclusions. To give you an example, you must learn and understand doctor lingo in order to be able to work at a doctor's office. If you do not understand what the doctor is saying to you, you simply will not be working there for very long. The second thing we have all been deceived about is the Roman Gregorian calendar that we all use today, which is named after Julius and Augustus Caesar. They dictated that their names be inserted into the 7th and 8th months for the months of July and August. By doing so, they have caused their names to be instilled in the people's consciousness for all time, and they consequently shifted the numerical meaning of the following 4 months. As a result, we now have Julius, meaning July, which is now the 7th month. Augustus, meaning August, is now the 8th month. September, meaning 7, is now the 9th month. October, meaning 8, is now the 10th month. And November is from 9, but it is now the 11th month. December, which is from the decimal, or 10, is now the 12th month. The manipulation of the calendar extends far beyond the renaming of the months. The Roman Gregorian calendar has a total of 365 days in each year, whereas there are books out there that predate the scriptures. There is the Book of Jubilees and the Book of Enoch. Jubilees 6:29 states, 364 days, and the year shall be complete. Enoch 72:13 echoes this same sentiment with, the year may be changed with correct precision in 364 days. Still yet, the entire world is now following the false Roman Gregorian calendar, a system which has been manipulated by pagan emperors and false scribes for the sole purpose of separating the masses from the original true appointed times of rest, worship, and connection with the divine Creator. Isaiah 29:13 tells us, these people draw near to me with their mouths, and they honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. Their worship of me is made up only of rules taught by men. This highlights the perception that the calendar that we all follow is diverting us away from true scriptural obedience. Understanding the implications of using a corrupt calendar that has been historically manipulated invites each of us to reflect on how we measure time and its impact on our lives. The historical influences of the Roman Gregorian calendar is undeniable. It serves as a reminder of how powerful figures have shaped societal norms, including something as fundamental as how we track our days, months, seasons, and years. As a result, every day, every week, every month, and every year has been corrupted. Everything we believe when it comes to time is based on a lie. This also means that every single one of their holidays are incorrect. The third greatest deception the world has been deceived about is the letter J, the letter that never was. This is one of the most stunning revelations. Did you know that the letter J did not exist in the English language 400 years ago? For those of you who have ever had an opportunity to read the original 1611 King James Version of Scripture, you may recall that there was no letter J in that English version of Scripture. I discovered that the first English book that was written and published with the letter J in it was written in the year of 1634. That was 391 years ago. This means that all words and names that have the letter J in them today did not exist 400 years ago. Names such as Jesus or Jehovah. This means that these names are false, corrupted, man-made names. The corrupt scribes have replaced the true name of our Creator in the Scriptures that you read today. Malachi 3:6 says, I am, I change not. So the obvious question would be, why would they change his name? The truth has always been right in front of us. The trouble is, the truth has been hidden in plain sight. Ezekiel 12:2 tells us, they have eyes to see, and they see not. They have ears to hear, and they hear not. That is what this series is all about. These three things are just the beginning. This is not merely about exposing lies. It is about reclaiming the truth. If you would like to give the world something more than another courtroom drama or another dating show, and you want something that is timely, timeless, truth-driven, then let's talk. The world population cannot learn about any of this important information if they do not happen to hear about it first. Please join me as we continue to discover more worldwide deceptions in Let Me Count the Ways in Which We Have All Been Deceived. Because the world cannot find the truth until somebody shows it to them. Thank you very much. I appreciate if you get with me. My name is Boyd B. McNiel. Thank you again.